Paint. Cheap green paint, I might add. All under my fingernail. I would scratch my homemade desk painted green so hard from boredom with my pointer finger that my skin under my nail would get so sore it would bleed. I blamed it on Mom. She's the one that made me sit there for hours while I wrote my second grade vocabulary words over and over again. 10 vocabulary words each week. I would write each one 10 times. The more my hand ached, the more I hated to write, and that feeling followed me year after year, and now into my senior year of high school. I hate to write. I know it's a horrible thing to say, but I do. I can't take all the thoughts in my head and put them into an organized paragraph. It's like stomping on an anthill and watching the ants scurry everywhere and can't get back into an organized line. Every essay assignment I would procrastinate. It would be the night before it was due, and my mom, dad, and sister would be around the computer throwing ideas at me, peeking at my grammar, and telling me to use words I had no clue the meaning of. There would be yelling and frustration and tears, all because of a paper. It's silly for all this frustration over a grade in the top right-hand corner, isn't it? Miss Shuping was my 9th grade English teacher. Over the summer, we had to read Animal Farm and Lord of the Flies. How insipid! We went to school that week in fear that she was going to give us a test on the very first day. She didn't. We talked about the books the whole week, and then everyone still failed the test on Friday. To boost up our grade, she gave us an option to write an essay on our favorite book that we read, Animal Farm or Lord of the Flies. Pretty tough pick, but with eeny, meeny, miny, moe, I ended up with Lord of the Flies. We had 2 weeks to complete the essay. One weekend, our rough draft was due, and we spent the whole period letting our peers read it. I picked all my friends, and they read it, and everyone said those hollow words, "It's good," or "I like it." Sunday night at 7 o'clock, I opened the computer and reread my essay that's due the next morning. It sucked. So the first person to help me was my mom. She reads it and then tells me to reread it to myself and see if it made sense. The first problem was I titled my essay, Lord of the Flies Essay, and then read the first sentence that said, "This summer, I read a book called Lord of the Flies written by William Golding." How creative. After an hour of completely rewriting and putting 1 or 2 points in that I liked, my mom and I called my sister Kylie for help. She read it and then went to work on my freshman paper. So after another hour of rewriting and more organized points, the paper was probably a B+ if the teacher was feeling benevolent. The whole house was now tense with frustration that I wasn't in bed yet and yelling about how irresponsible I was for waiting till the last night. Around 10:30, I went to bed with tears in my eyes, and my sister went to her room with my essay on her computer. From then on, I learned how to brainstorm, make organized lists, and not procrastinate till the last night. The older I got, the more lenient I got, and would stay up till 2 a.m. writing a crappy paper that would get a B+. So no, I'm not horrible at writing, but I find it intolerable. There are writers in the world, and then there are readers. We all can't be remembered. Some of us have to be the rememberers and keep the legacy of being remembered ongoing. So maybe it's my fault, or maybe it's the green paint under my fingernail that didn't motivate me to be the best writer I could be. So no, I won't be writing a novel that gets a medal and sold worldwide. Instead, I'll be the reader that falls asleep to the medal-winning novel that a classmate or teacher wrote, and I'm just fine with being a rememberer.